Welcome to Being Friends with Jess and Toni-ann, an inside look at our friendship, millennial things, sports, and pop culture. Come laugh with us, or maybe at us, and let's be friends.
All right. Everybody, welcome back. Hope everyone had
We have a Christmas hangover.
Yes, we're struggling, and not alcohol-induced, just because we are old and we
Tired.
can't do this anymore.
We can't function after Christmas.
It's like a lot.
It's also the morning, and we're not used to being this functional in the morning.
Still see the
We don't
bags.
record podcasts in the morning. I know, me too. It's terrible. It's so bad. Speaking of which, I'm thinking both of our cups today are nice coffee. I
Yes.
picked the good coffee mug that is dripping coffee. It says, "Everything I brew for you."
That's adorable.
I had to pick a good mug.
I got
What
an
do you have? Hard
espresso.
rock iced coffee?
Yeah, it's an espresso iced coffee, so it's got a lot of nice foam in it, and that's it.
I said we were recording the podcast this morning, and Alec was like, "You're gonna make a drink already?" Mean.
If it was mimosas, would that have been the end of the world?
When I was back in my prime, I could have made myself a nice Irish coffee. But I refrained.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was Christmas? We did a major recap, but we could do a short recap.
Yes, we already talked, but it was good. Everybody was good. We were just here on Christmas Eve, just my immediate fam, and it was
Nice.
good. We played some left, right, center, and my mom picked a good game for us to play because it's the only game that you really can't cheat at. It just is what it is. So, the Canovas, who get very competitive, didn't have much to do other than just play it and win it. And I only won once, so I only ended up like profiting $3, but it's fine.
Okay.
But other than that, it was good. And then yesterday for Christmas Day, we went to Long Island, which usually that trip is horrific from Staten Island to Long Island on the Bell Parkway. But I have to say, both ways, it was only like an hour each way, which is like record time for a holiday. So I don't know what's going on in Brooklyn, Queens, etc., but all of a sudden, like, people are just not taking to the roads for Christmas, and I'm not mad about it at all.
Took me an hour to get to Queens yesterday too, which was nice, and that was from Jersey.
Crazy.
So really was batting 1,000. It was in like a literal sense, not in a sarcastic sense. Like It was great. Yeah, we did Christmas Eve at my nanny's and pop-ups, and I posted on our story so people had proof that I do celebrate Christmas.
I saw that.
And also I just want to point out that I did repost our photos that Toni-ann was posting, and it said that I had no photos, and my aunt's response was, "That's because your mother never developed any pictures." So I'm not wrong. Anyway, so we did that, which is fun. Usually you have a gingerbread man contest who could decorate the best gingerbread man. This year my sister didn't bake, I didn't bake. We were like literally it was so bad, like the amount of things that we had to get done and the amount of time we did not have to get them done. So we did mini gingerbread houses instead, and we were on teams. I just want to say that I made the most aesthetically pleasing house with my cousin, for intensive purposes, or for argument's sake, Frankie. And my pop walks over and goes, "You guys are in trouble."
What?
It was beautiful. I'm going to show you this house.
It's
Anyway,
artistic opinion,
it was such a
preference.
nice house. I think I saved the photo. I really hope I saved the photo. I didn't save the photo. Damn, it's gone. Never mind. I didn't save the story.
Wow.
So I can't show you.
She's following the tradition of not saving Christmas photos.
No, I did it on Instagram. That's why. So I forgot to save the story. Anyway, it was very aesthetically pleasing.
You can get old stories you post on Instagram.
Oh, so I'll have to figure that out.
And it's in the archive.
I'll post my losing gingerbread house.
Okay.
And then yesterday I actually went to my family for the first time in 7 years. We had a lot of sickness this Christmas, so couldn't go to my in-laws. Had to leave my husband home, And
Sorry, Alex.
so I went to my family for the first time in years. And we were playing card games. We played, I guess it's not really called Scat. We call it Scat. It's really 31. But
I've heard of that, yeah.
there was literally like 15 people playing. So at some point they decide the people with the 2 lowest scores are going to have to fold a corner. So basically you have dollar, you get 4 chances. Like if you have the lowest amount, you got to fold a quarter, like a corner of your dollar until your dollar is gone. Well, I was doing great until we decided this. And then we decided, and I was out in 3 rounds. So I was pretty salty. So I lost my money. It's only $1. But again,
Yeah.
it's the principle. It's the
Right.
principle.
I would feel the same.
So, and my cousin, who hasn't played the game probably maybe ever, he didn't even know what he was doing, won somehow,
Always.
some way.
Always the noobs.
Always. So that was fun. It was nice to, be with my dad's side, but I like the Christmas dinner that I inherited more than I like the Christmas dinner that I grew up with, because we have a very Italian Christmas dinner. And for those who don't know, I'm a terrible Italian and I don't really like Italian food. So I basically eat like a loaf of bread and some plain gavazzio, and that's it. And meatballs. I eat meatballs. But after that,
makes no sense.
Yeah.
This was a bullet on our podcast ideas for the
I set you
longest
up
time.
for it because I know that you're dying and itching to talk about it. So just go. This could be the ridiculous thing for the week.
It was
This could be
timing.
the ridiculous thing for both of us, that you don't understand it, and this is how I am.
I've known Jess 13 years now, okay? The minute we met, I thought I'd be like, oh my God, we're both Italian. Our families are both from Brooklyn, Queens. Like, we're going to bond. And, like, obviously we did. But at the same time, she's such a weird, like, she's so Italian compared to my family sometimes. And then I don't understand her. So she doesn't like tomatoes at all, which, okay, some people don't like raw tomato. It's like a texture thing. No, she's an Italian who doesn't eat sauce. She won't touch
only
sauce.
eat it on pizza.
But she'll eat meatballs with sauce on it.
No, I don't eat meatballs with sauce. No.
Wait, so you eat the meatballs just plain?
Yeah, because my family doesn't make our meatballs in the sauce. We fry them. And then they put them in the sauce to like add flavor after the fact that they're fried. They don't cook them in the sauce.
I can't imagine what a fried meatball with no sauce in it tastes like.
It tastes delicious. Like,
how did I don't.
It tastes just as good, I'm sure, as one with sauce.
But you eat pizza.
I do eat pizza, but if I get like a saucy slice of pizza, I will wipe globs of sauce off of it. It's the texture of it's just the acidity, the texture. I can't describe it, but talking about it is physically making my like skin crawl.
It actually makes your skin crawl, and it's crazy because there's been so many times. There's like bruschetta. There's like so many brilliant things that Italians make with tomatoes. That's our
right.
specialty.
And then people are like, but you eat ketchup. Ketchup is not
mostly
tomatoes. It's mostly sugar. Exactly. It doesn't taste like a tomato. It's sweet. This is the thing with the tomatoes. I don't know why this happened. I do now. I would say since like college, the last 10 years, maybe the last 10, 15-ish years, I do eat vodka sauce. But it needs to be
tomatoes with cream.
No, but if I see like chunks of tomatoes or it's too red, it's not creamy enough. I like creamy things, like creamy sauces. Thank you. But if it's chunky, no. Anyway.
You ever think that maybe like just get over it?
No, like I physically cannot. Like it's like a real fear. You know how people used to be on like the Maury show for like irrational fears of like mustard and things like that is me with tomatoes. So now I have a child and like obviously I don't want her to turn out like me. So yesterday I get my macaroni first because obviously they can't put it in the sauce. So I get mine first, and then I was like, okay, I need like 7 macaronis for the baby. And they were like yours? I'm like, no, like, give me real macaroni. Like, I want her to eat it. Like, so then I'm like sitting here, like cutting it, but like, I can't touch it. Like, I physically cannot touch it. So she had, gavazzio and meatballs as well. And then she went ham on the yams. And I tried to give her a piece of like fresh pork, and I had to like mix it in with the yam, and she was so overtired. She just started like scream crying, and I was like, all right.
Oh,
So anyway, yes, I don't like tomatoes. I'm a weirdo. Toni-ann's been waiting to talk about this.
but what age did this start? Because I'm sure you, as a little child, were eating pasta and sauce.
No, I started when I was like 4. My mom will tell you that it started when I was 7, and that's just straight up blasphemous. That is not true. It was like as soon as I knew and could say that there is a picture of me covered in head to toe like sauce, and it
Right,
makes me
that's the
cringe.
classic pick, of course.
But that was when I was like 1. I didn't have a say. As soon as I could say I don't like this, I didn't eat it. I didn't. And there's been times where my family has accidentally like put macaroni and sauce, and then they try to like rinse it off, and I still taste it. And as soon as I eat it, I'm like, ew, I freak out. So no.
Yeah, so I had to address
Shut
that.
up,
That was, like,
Alec.
that was something forever.
We have a commentator on the couch. He says,
Yeah.
yeah, because there's 2 babies in the family.
He's not wrong. When it comes to sauce, he's not wrong. Your child's gonna grow up. She's gonna.
I'm just gonna tell her I'm allergic to tomatoes.
Yeah,
until
then,
she likes it and then realizes like, okay, I like this and my mom doesn't.
But I'm just picturing your child as like a 5-6-year-old when she can finally like talk to you and like have conversations with you and be like, why is yours plain? Like, why aren't I the child? Like, why are you the one with the plain pasta and I'm sitting here cultured?
I'm gonna tell her I have a tomato intolerance.
The same reason like I pretend I'm allergic to mushrooms and I'm not. I just don't like them.
Well, I don't like mushrooms either, and I think I am allergic to mushrooms, and I
That's
won't
different.
get tested because I'm like, well, I don't like them.
Right. So if I'm not allergic, then I gotta start making up another excuse. It's true.
So anyway, moving along. That could be our ridiculous thing.
I actually did have one ridiculous
Okay,
thing.
fine, tell us.
And
that's
can
my
relate to this
ridiculous
too.
thing then.
Okay. Christmas Eve, I know people call it like the oopsies or whatever you want to call it, but maybe you never heard of that.
Who calls it that? What does that mean?
You didn't even say it. I maybe I just made that up. But me and you have always left. Like, at what point does bad depth perception stop being like a funny joke and start being like a serious problem?
Oh God.
Because I can't even tell you 4 different times on Christmas Eve, I was just reaching for something. Boom, a drink goes down.
Yes, I do this all the time, but apparently I have good depth perception, and this one on the couch gets so mad at me.
No, I actually at one point got so frustrated on Christmas Eve, I screamed like the top of my lungs in the kitchen that my whole family stopped like this.
Yeah, because it's like so frustrating when you just keep knocking shit over.
I was making espresso martinis for my family, so I had like 4 measured things in a shaker.
Oh,
and the whole thing went down, and that's when I like erupted. Like all that wasted espresso, all that wasted alcohol, just all over the counter. And then again at dessert, coffee again, and then a glass of water when we were trying to clean up the coffee. It was just like, why is this a problem I have? And again, we all laughed about it, during softball when I missed the ball and it hit my head, and like, my depth perception's not great.
No one brought up that story except for you just now.
And I just sometimes had a problem judging or misjudging the arc of the ball. Okay.
Which is a problem when you play the outfield.
I'm in the outfield, somebody hits a foul ball and I think it's coming right to me. Like things like that, like it's like, which in that way was good because it always had me ready.
No, maybe you should get this checked.
How many more ailments can I have? Can you understand that I am at my wit's end with things going wrong with me in my life? I can't handle another diagnosed issue. I already have hearing loss. Now I got to do something with my foot. I on top of other things I'm not going to bring up, my gallbladder had to be removed. What else is going to be wrong with me? I can't now have bad depth perception. Okay. And also,
but it's not now. You've always had it.
Okay, but like I did laser surgery on my eyes. I know that might not have fixed it, but how does a doctor like how do you look into an eye and go like, oh yeah, your depth perception's not good? Like, how do you diagnose that?
I don't know. I told you that they gave me that test at the eye doctor where I had to like do the depth perception thing. So maybe you have to go to the eye doctor and be like, I think there's something wrong with my depth perception.
Is there is eye doctors part of like your yearlies that are like covered?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't been to the eye doctor since I got my surgery done. So,
Yeah, you get an annual eye exam.
okay, then maybe I'll go in the new year because I just can't constantly didn't hear anything. Can't constantly
Something
be
fell off my fridge.
oh like having these problems. If I spill another drink, I'm gonna kill myself. I can't say that on a podcast. We're gonna have to cut that out. I'm going to freak out. I am so over it, and I got so upset. I actually started. This is probably because I was PMSing as well. I was tearing up when I dropped the coffee cup. I'm like, why is there always
I've
something
done that,
wrong
and then
with me?
Alec is like, "Why are you crying? Because you spilled a drink. Just clean it up." I'm like, because you don't understand the frustration of like
It's
knocking
so
over.
frustrating. So that's my ridiculous thing that I think that yet again there's something wrong with me among the many other things that are wrong with me in this lifetime. And I'm not going to say it again, but I'm just getting very frustrated with living at this point. My life.
Oh my god, we gotta get you a therapist.
So that was my ridiculous thing.
Oh my god. Moving on. Moving on.
I'll also make one other point, and this isn't related to this, but thinking back to our first episode, because now we're on episode 11. Over the holidays, I did see my sister and my brother-in-law, and I, asked, "Do you guys watch my podcast?" And I was severely humbled. They said, "We watched the first episode because you asked us to." And my brother-in-law, Joe, said, "Maybe I would have kept watching, but in the first episode, you and Jess just kept telling people, 'Don't watch this. Don't tell us you watch this. Don't give us critiques.'" I'm like,
Now we're getting better, so we're okay with it.
I know.
Now
I was
we're
like,
okay
"Well,
with
we've improved." He's like, "Yeah, but you were literally maybe, marketing concept. Don't tell people not to watch in the
it. We were
first
nervous.
episode."
We were nervous. Okay, people, this is your PSA to start telling your family and friends to listen to us.
Yeah. So if my brother-in-law and sister are finally watching this, I mean, they have 10 other episodes to get through if they want to pick it back up, but I think we're better. Thanks.
My own mother is behind. Anyway. The let's get into New Year.
Ooh. New Year's, New Year's, New Year's.
Let's talk about how I hate New Year's. It is New Year. It is a new year, not multiple years, just one singular year. And when referring to New Year's Eve, it is because it is the possessive eve of New Year Day.
Bold coming grammar lesson from Jess. Jess
You
always
would
has
think that
run-on
I
sentences.
had an A+ in English, which I didn't. This and the Christmas cards really, when people don't know proper pluralization and like apostrophes, it drives me mad. It drives me as mad as tomatoes do. It makes my skin crawl.
I've known this about
And then
you,
we
which
have
is why
this
I
one
purposely go
next to
New
me.
Year's.
This one next to me who sends me a Christmas card and has the audacity to write Happy New Year's and underline the S.
Well, because we know what bothers you.
Don't do that. I want to tell you that Alec opened your Christmas card and then I stuck it on the wall, but I didn't tack it closed. Like I quickly I really just looked at the outside, honestly. I'm being honest. Well, then I went to fill the dog's bowl and like your card was like slightly open and all I saw was New Year's. And when I tell you I
wrote that.
I side-eyed the card so hard. I was like, this bitch. She wrote New Year's to me.
You know what? Now I don't feel bad about torturing you though, because that was the rudest story. Like, you didn't actually look inside my card until the dog bowl needed to be filled. Like, that was rude.
That's because Alec opened that one. I'm sorry.
Just because I don't have a cute baby to show off.
No, I did look at the front. I enjoyed the front.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is a big pet peeve of mine. And my friends like to torture me by texting me Happy New Year's.
I don't text you it anymore, but I had to put it in the card.
Kyle
didn't remember
does.
putting it in the
Kyle, if
card.
you're listening, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Doubt he's listening. He doesn't like us that much.
No.
Now we're
Being
gonna get a
amazing if it
text
was.
being like, actually, guys, I do.
We'd love to hear it. We're daring him right now to watch this and text us.
I cannot. Anyway, so that's that. How do you feel about like New Year goals? Like, how do you feel about them? Do they make you cringe or do you like them?
No, they don't make me cringe. I don't take any of them seriously. But you know, everybody's gonna try something new, and if
I feel like I
it's
stopped making resolutions,
yeah,
and it was more like now I've
goals.
started to make like milestone like
Mhm.
goals. Like last year, I wanted to read like I don't even remember how many books I like said I wanted to read, but in reality, I probably read like 6 or 7 books this year, and
Good.
that's more than I read in 22. So to me, check, we hit the goal.
I might
Like,
read one this year. I'm
yeah,
gonna
I've
read
been
it.
on. I got a new reading lamp for bed,
This
which
the
is
one that
great
like you could
because I
twist.
literally was like, I'd be reading like with my phone flashlight like this, like resting on my stomach, with the book like teepeed around it, which cannot be good for my eyes.
Reading in bed
Cannot.
is always a struggle.
It's such a struggle. So I got a new reading lamp for Christmas, and I was excited about that.
Right.
The things that thrill you as a 31-year-old. Um, but yeah, so I think I'm gonna make like milestone like goals, not necessarily like that are attainable, you know?
Yeah, that's what I kind of go for too. I gave up on the, everybody's typical one is lose weight, which is like the stereotype.
Right.
I would never try to do that because that's just a losing battle. So
Right.
I do it more with like behavior changes and like things like that. I try to be my own therapist when New Year comes around, basically.
Right. And then it lasts till February. And then
Right. Like I
I
say,
keep
like
telling
I'm going,
myself,
yeah.
like I've gotten really bad with like drinking soda lately again and like
Mm.
eating fast food because it's convenient because I live off of a major highway. So it's
Right.
like, oh, we have nothing to eat. Let me just go run and grab this and grab that and whatever. So I keep telling myself like my one goal is like if at most like fast food one time a month.
A month.
And like
That's a
I
good
mean
goal.
like Wendy's, Taco Bell,
Yeah.
McDonald's, like that kind of fast food, not like a fast casual. Like you can lump like Moe's, Qdoba, Chipotle, like those things in there too. But like Kava, that doesn't count. That's like a healthy fast food to me.
Yeah. It's probably the same amount of calories, but to us it's healthier. It's just
No,
what it
well, it
is.
is so many calories, but I'm just saying like things that you can make at home, but you opt for fast food instead of.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I can't make really like I can make falafel at home, yes, but I'm not going to do it as good as by the time like I can order kava and eat it much faster
Oh,
than I can
that's
make a
so nice you
falafel.
have one close to you. I'm jealous.
Yes, I do have one close to me. It's fantastic,
Mm.
but a curse at the same time.
I did learn that they opened a new one right across from my dentist.
Oh, nice.
So now, but the other problem is like you can't eat right after you leave the dentist because your like teeth feel so clean. And like I don't want to eat
Mm.
right before the dentist because then like my breath's gonna smell. So it's like, I
Right.
guess I could get it on the way home and then by the time I get home, like I'll be like, okay, let's eat it.
This is true.
Because that's the only place that's really in Edgewater. Like that's the only place that's gonna be. I think there is one in Jersey City, but it's too much of a
There
pain in the butt
is.
for like me and go get. I
Right.
mean, I guess I could get delivered, but like
Right.
I've been really that's my one of my New Year goals slash resolutions. I need to try to like do takeout less, like do DoorDash less.
Right. Like it's just a more of a lifestyle. Sorry, I gotta plug in my computer. I'm gonna.
It's more because like the fees just drive me nuts. The delivery fees are out of control.
They're so bad.
I'm not like when it's someplace that's really like only 5 minutes a drive from me and I'm just too lazy to get off the couch. Like unless I'm actually incapacitated for some reason, there's no reason I can't get in my own car and go get the food.
Well, that's the
Instead of
thing.
spending $8 extra just to get it to me.
I literally the other day, like Alec was sick, so I had the baby for like all day Friday was doing running around. Saturday I had to do like the last minute things that I had to get done. I had to take her shopping with me, like Christmas shopping with me. That was like by the time I got home Saturday night, I was just so done. I fed the two of them and I was like, I'm done. And then at that point I had to wrap gifts. I'm like, I don't have time for anything. So
Right.
again, yes, so I order Wendy's on DoorDash because it was like super fast. It's around the corner from my house.
Right.
But again, I'm like, this is gonna cost me $17 when I could go there and it's gonna cost me 10.
Yeah.
But I just said screw it and I still did it. And
I
like,
know.
that's annoying. I have this annoying itch in my back. I can't stop scratching it because I can't reach it. So I'm sorry that you have to all watch this right now. But anyway, we're really struggling today.
Yeah.
So again, lifestyle like changes, trying to get back into like the working out because I've been really bad at that. But
Yeah.
not necessarily like I don't need to get back to like where I was. I don't need to like that's not gonna Rome wasn't built in a day. So
You've
even
been dying to use that.
if I could just freaking do something, that would be great.
No, I did. I bought my 10-pack of Rumble classes. I've used one so far. I've also been struggling with my ankle, so I've been trying to take it easy. It's starting to feel a little better. But yeah, once I'm going to London next week, and then once I'm back, I need to like really get on that.
Forgot you were going to London.
Yeah. We'll be able to film. I keep saying film like we're ancient.
Record.
We'll be able to record one more podcast before I go away. So we could talk about that next week. But
Toni-ann goes on a lot of vacations, but also next year I have a lot of vacations too. So don't worry, I travel too,
yeah,
people.
we should all be going on a lot of vacations.
I know. If COVID taught us anything, it was to enjoy the finer things in life.
New Year resolution: go on more vacations.
Go on more vacation. Exactly.
Less DoorDash, less delivery fees, more vacations.
Yes. The money that you save in DoorDash and delivery fees can go towards your vacation fund.
I always laugh when you see the meme that it's like a coffee costs, $6-7 a day. If you didn't get your coffee every day for a year, that's still not enough for a down payment. So go ahead and get that coffee. Something like that. And I always think about that. Like when people are like, if you just stop spending on this, I'm like, it's not gonna severely change my life. But it might eventually add up to a plane ticket. That's a little more conservative. It might add up to a bag when you travel. With the beer at the airport.
You saved.
Yeah, the $10 I save on delivery this week could go towards the beer at the airport.
Right, exactly. A great way of thinking. Way of thinking. New Year doesn't have like a lot of content as other holidays do. Today is the first day of Kwanzaa, though. You were right. It is the day after Christmas. So good job, Toni-ann.
It's also my new sister-in-law's birthday. So happy birthday, Yanni. She does birthday,
Yanni. She is a fan.
She's a fan. So happy birthday to her.
We appreciate you, Yanni.
But yeah, my dad actually said yesterday, because people were talking about the New Year, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a holiday. And my dad's like, it's just another day to me. I don't really think of it as a holiday. And I'm like, I guess
it is. It's new beginnings, Like, it makes you sentimental for the year before.
If it's a day that warrants people wearing big, fugly hats, then I think it's a holiday. Right?
What?
People wear like big hats on New Year.
In Times Square that they hand out for free.
Yeah, but I think they hand those out because it like the little, remember the baby? They always wear a hat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess. I didn't really put that together. I just thought they wanted people to like be seen on TV.
But he's the unofficial like New Year's Eve mascot.
I know, but one of the best. So every year, like obviously my family has they have a New Year's. We have a New Year's Eve party. And the one year turning 2017, so 2016 into 2017, Toni-ann and I think it was and Kelly and Christy, the four of us, went to my family New Year's party. We go and we got everyone drunk by riding the bus, and then we said, see you later, we're going to Times Square.
Yeah, we really caused havoc and left.
We did. We caused havoc. We got everybody drunk. We taught them new games, and then we left and said, okay, see you later. And we went to Times Square because my uncle's a fireman, and it was like the most gorgeous weather for a New Year's Eve ever. Like we all went in like our light coats, and we got there and we were sweating because it was literally like it was very mild. It was probably almost 50 degrees.
Yeah.
But with that many people in Times Square, obviously
hotter.
More heat because there's so many people. It was great. We were there for Mariah's meltdown.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Witnessed it firsthand. We were like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is she not singing?
I take pride in noticing it was happening before anybody else did.
You did. Because like all of us were just the background music started playing, and like me, Christy, and Kelly were like, "Oh my god!" Like we were hyped because it was a song we liked. Which, in retrospect, I don't even remember what song she started with. And then all of a sudden, like we were so busy like singing the words to the beginning of the song, we didn't realize that she wasn't singing.
It
And
was the
Toni-ann's
part.
like, guys, something's going on.
I'm like, something's going on. This is not syncing up. And everybody knows Mariah Carey lip syncs. Like, it's not new news to anyone. But
Right.
like the fact that it was so blatantly off, I was like, something is not right. And you could see in her face on the Jumbotron, because I think her back was to us. We were like kind of
we were behind her stage. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I saw her on the Jumbotron, and she, like, in her eyes, she was just getting so pissed. And I was like, something's about to go down. It's the song. I don't remember what song it is, but it's the one where she goes, I'm not gonna do it, obviously, but like that part where she like goes up and up and up and up. I don't know what song that was, but that was the
I don't
song.
remember what it was either. Anyway, so then like my uncle's a fireman, so like they're there all day, and all the firemen turn around and they're like, "Yeah, she refused to do a sound check, so this is what she like." So that was why she didn't know like her stuff was lined up, because she thinks like, "Oh, whatever," and she
Just
didn't do
do it
sound
right.
check.
Right.
But that was
Diva.
a great New Year's Eve. It was
Yeah,
so fun.
and obviously
We had the
that's
best time. And that was the first time I did it, so it was fun because I was with my friends. I did it one other time with my family, but if you know somebody in the NYPD or the FDNY that could get you into the ball drop, I highly recommend that is the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, it also, because your uncle like worked at the Times Square, like, you know, like that's, I think if you just know any cop or any fireman, I don't know if that's possible. Like, I think you really have to have the inn close by.
If you know Midtown cops and firemen,
yeah,
utilize them.
Yeah, but that is, I always said that's the only way I would do it, because it's the crowds and the diapers and all that stupid stuff is just not for me.
The second year we went, the girls behind us were so mad. They were like, "When did you guys get here?" And we were like, 10 o'clock. And they were like, "We've been here since yesterday." And then they were like talking about their diapers behind us. And we were like, "Sucks to be you."
I really did. I think I kept myself in check, but I really did think when we were walking into like our little section, I was like,
I know, you feel so important.
Just
and the other funny thing is,
getting here at 11:45. Excuse us. Felt like the queen.
Literally, it's the best. It's so fun. But it was fun. It was fun. I would never do it the real way. That is the only way.
And I honestly, and like it's fun. It was a great time, but like I don't, even if we did it the same exact way, like I don't need to do it again. Like
I did it one more time. Like the only time I did it the second time was because Alec didn't come with us the first time. It was the last time that my uncle was like working it, and a couple of my cousins went, and we went, and it was pouring rain the second time. Like it was not as enjoyable. It was fun because there was like all of us. A funny story about the second time was, I'm a big Bachelor person. I think we talked about this before, but when I went, it was when Colton was the Bachelor, and
before he came out.
Yes, he was walking, and he walked by us, and my cousin's girlfriend was like, "Oh my God, Colton," and like he said hi to us, and I looked at him and said, "Oh my God, I'm shitting." So now I call my best friend, Kara.
He probably still remembers you to this day.
I call my best friend, Kara, from home, and she knows we're in Times Square. And I like call her, and I'm like, "You won't even believe what just happened to me. Like, this is what happened." And her husband is telling the whole room. He does not hear any of this conversation. And Kara's like, "Oh my God, are you kidding?" That's all he heard. And he's telling her whole family that I got engaged in Times Square, which wasn't. She goes,
"Damn,
"Excuse
Alec,
me, my husband's telling the whole." She was like, "Brian's telling my entire family that you're getting engaged. I need to go put an end to this." Again, when your friends aren't engaged, but they're in serious relationships, and then they call you
from Times Square on New Year's Eve
randomly, you assume it's big news.
I guess you just call me so much for the most random things that I did never think that, actually.
You also had a lead on when I was getting engaged.
Yeah, I
also
had
to take photos.
I actually knew when it was happening, so that helps too. But like, even if you called me when it was like close by, my brain wouldn't go to like, oh, maybe Alec like changed it up and like did it earlier. Like, anytime I pick up the phone with you, I know it's
Well, he
gonna be
also
because
only
something
told you
completely
like
random
3
happened.
days before he did it anyway, because he
Yeah.
needed you to take photos.
Yeah. Which I didn't actually end up doing.
Which you didn't. My brother did it. But
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah.
which says a lot that he trusted you more with the secret than my brother and my sister.
Well, your family's just not good at keeping secrets.
We are when we need to. If you
Mm,
tell us it's a secret, we will keep the secret. If you don't, then it's free range.
okay. If you say so. I mean, I can't think of a specific moment that made me think otherwise. You guys seem to share a lot, so I didn't think
We
that
do. We are
secrets
overshares,
need to be.
yes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so that was a good time. Yeah, so my schedule's coming up. I'm leaving. We're recording at 10 a.m. rather than our usual 8 p.m. this week because
I'm taking a nap after this.
Yeah, I'm jumping in a car for 4 hours to go up to Vermont. Even though it's going to be 50 degrees and rainy all week, so there probably will be no skiing. But you know, it's the cousins weekend, cousins week. We always have fun.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll celebrate my dad's birthday and, you know, do all that stuff. And Alyssa and Logan are even coming in from Michigan, so it'll be
Nice.
the whole crew. Well, minus my siblings, but you know, whole cousin crew. And yeah, and then I get home. It's New Year, New Year's, New Year, and it is instinctual to say the S. I'm sorry. Maybe it's the you know, the classic Staten Island thing, like Costco's, like you put the
No,
S
I
at
think
the
it's
end.
also because you're always talking about New Year's Eve. So like
Yeah.
that's where the S comes from.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, so it's that day. and then 2 days later I go to London. So yeah, it'll be fun. Going for a weekend. Long weekend.
nice.
Not just a weekend. And then that's it. And then I go into
Then she goes to
hibernation.
London.
I just said that.
Oh, 10 seconds Tom over here.
And then I go to London again. I'm just going to London every single weekend. No, I'm kidding. That's it.
Told
Then
you
I
I need
hopefully
a
go
nap.
into a deep, hopefully January is a period, after I get back from London, January is a period of not much going on because I need
I feel like you're
rest.
kicking off the new year like so great.
Yeah.
Going
Well,
away.
we planned on that because like we wanted it to still be like Christmas lights up and stuff. So we feel like
Nice.
that's like really the last week to do it. So
That'll be fun.
yeah, it will be fun. And we hope everybody has a wonderful new year.
Yes.
And
Have fun.
if you have resolutions that you know you're not really going to hit, but you want to try anyway, you go for it.
Yeah. You go,
We're-
Glen Coco.
Yeah, even if you say you're going to lose like 40 pounds and you know you're not going to, just go for it. Maybe lose 4.
What if somebody actually lost 40 pounds and you just told them like
We will have them. They'll be our
you know
first
you were
guest
gonna fail?
on the podcast.
I need to lose 40 pounds, so maybe I'll be
Same.
our anomaly.
Same. We all could lose 40 pounds. So all those Christmas cookies. Everybody
Saw
enjoy
something
it.
today. I saw something today. It really hit. It was like you don't lose yourself between Christmas and New Year's. You lose yourself between New Year's and Christmas. And I was like, it's true.
Wow. That's deep.
It's true because everybody's like, oh, the holidays. Like you didn't gain 20 pounds in a week. You didn't.
I know. And it's like, I feel like that's the one time of year you should be able to just like do what you want, eat what you
Yeah,
want.
like this week should be the week that you don't care because you were good the rest of the year.
Right.
So let's go, people. Get your asses in
But
gear.
if we're not good the rest of the year, that's the issue.
Right. You're just blaming on the 1 week.
So I am. And I apologize to everyone that my video quality is now the bad one. But
Sucks to suck.
yeah, well, I'm on my actual laptop and not my webcam that is at home. So it's a little, now Jess has the good quality. We've switched roles a little bit.
Yeah.
This spot's
Downstairs-
definitely the better spot for your connection than upstairs.
I know. Maybe we'll have to move it down here.
So
But usually Alex watching football when we record. Oh, speaking of which, I just want to point out that Toni-ann lost in the first round of the playoffs.
that was mean. You know that I was just about to give you a really good tip for fantasy, and now I'm not doing it? How dare you? Yeah, I ended up, and
Well,
I
when
lost.
she beat me and took over first place, everybody heard about it. So you know what?
Well, I ended this regular season in third, and but then I lost 2 playoff games because my players all of a sudden decided to get hurt and suck when playoffs came around. So I actually lost yesterday too. So I finished in 6th place. So I was not happy about that. And I had a tip for you, and now I don't know if I want to give you it.
Well,
Me
don't say
trying
it
to
on
be
the
like, well, if
podcast.
I can't win, I'd like my
Don't say
friend
it
to
on the
win.
podcast. What if the people that I'm playing listen to the podcast? Who am I playing?
I was going
Now
to
that
say,
it's Tuesday, let's see who I'm playing in the championship.
maybe I'll still give it to you. Because, that was my thought. I was like, if I can't win, I want my friend to win. And then you just go and you rub it in my face. That's rude.
Sweet. All right, let's see who I'm playing. Am I playing Katie? I think I'm playing Katie.
Yeah, she's been strong all week, all season.
All season. It's been between like the 3 of us all season.
Oh, I'm so mad that everybody on my team just decided to get hurt. But yeah. So next year, when we do this again, I'll know. I'll be prepared. I will say that my number 1 pick got me through the whole season, though.
It's not
Shout out to
showing,
CMC.
like, it's not updating for some reason, like that. Like, the app is not updating that I won last week. Like, it's still saying that the bracket is
Oh, yeah.
it's not showing that I'm in the championship. Okay, so I'm playing, it's the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed. Me versus Katie.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be a tough one. She has a good team. And my team is like very, my team went off this week. B. Rice Hall.
Brees
Hall. B. Rice.
B. Rice Hall. Yikes.
I just made my own
Brees Hall.
rendition of Key and Peele.
He did go off this week, though.
43 points.
Mm-hmm.
Puka Nacua, 33 points. Ezekiel Elliott, where did you come from? 21 points. What?
Nice.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce let you down this week.
My kicker had 22 points.
My kicker had 1 point this week. 1 point.
My tight ends did shit.
Again, my kicker, I had the Chiefs kicker. Perfect all season. Toni-ann gets the playoffs. He misses 3 field goals.
That was a rough game.
I didn't even watch. All I saw was our president and the president's parents in the suite. Our Lady of Swift.
Oh, I didn't even really watch the game that much. I didn't see
I
her
just saw
on
it on
TV.
I saw it on Instagram. I didn't watch the game. I heard it was a shit show.
Yeah, I just kept looking at the score and I was like, whoa.
That's okay. They were playing the 49ers and Christian McCaffrey, CMC. He went off. He always goes off. But
He does.
last week is when he scored me 45 points last week.
Nice.
Mm.
And you still lost.
And I still lost. Thanks, Jess. Really appreciate it.
On that note. Time for us to go.
Time for us to go. All forgotten, be forgot. Is that the words?
You're singing Old Lang Syne right now?
I was. It's New Year.
It should Old Acquaintance.
Old acquaintance.
That is not what you started with.
I said old
I had no
forgotten.
idea where you were going.
I said old forgottens be forgot.
Oh my God, goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, friends. Thanks.
Bye, friends.
Hi, friends. Wow, you listened to the whole thing. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform and share it with your friends. Ratings, reviews, and comments help as well. See you next week. Thanks for being our friend.